With some breaking news we've been following all morning for you, right along Michigan Avenue, at least 2 vehicles are involved in a crash there. It's right in the heart of the Mag Mile. We know at least one of those vehicles rolled over on its side. You can see video of that here, but it's still not clear what caused the crash. We've also learned at least 6 men were taken to local hospitals for treatment, and all of this here forced Michigan Avenue to shut down from Illinois Street to Ontario while police investigated. So right in that area is the Louis Vuitton store on Michigan and Walton, and right now we are taking a live look there as we work to figure out if this was an attempted burglary and if any of this is connected to the crash we just showed you. Now you can see the pickup truck, which may likely have been used to break this glass here in what could have been a smash and grab here at the store. Now we got some new video just into our newsroom, and here it is. It shows several people rushing in and out of that building through the smashed window. Now this video was given to us by a person staying across the street at the Drake Hotel. They did not want to be identified, but again shared this video with us. Now, our Chris Habermill and Skywatch have also been tracking this story here. They were out on the southbound lanes of DuSable Lakeshore Drive near Soldier Field and saw this. There were reports of 2 people taken into custody here. You could see the doors open and police surrounding a vehicle there. It looks like a black car. We're going to keep working this story. We're gathering information. We're trying to piece it all together, and we'll get more information to you as soon as we get it. Lots to follow here. For now,
so basically what they do, for those of us that are not criminals, but obviously I've been covering criminal activity and I was, privy to be born in the inner city, so I'm familiar with how these things work. What they basically do, and a lot of people will ask, and I know I already see the comments of a lot of other reaction videos that I do, why do they dig the vehicle? Why don't they use it as a getaway? Because they steal it. And so they steal the vehicle in order to be able to use it as the crash dummy vehicle that they use to then break into the Louis Vuitton store. Obviously, we are familiar with the fact that just a couple days ago or a few days ago, they broke into the Rolex store. Well, it wasn't even a Rolex store, an authorized dealer, but a Rolex store on the Magnificent Mile, and they got away with hundreds of thousands of dollars of watches. And then some of the suspects was apprehended or arrested later on. And then this is in the same area. Now, what makes it so bad is not only is Trump saying that we need to make our city safe again and we need to come into Chicago, the incompetence of the mayor, Mayor Brandon Johnson, he's been in the office running it like a shit show. But also on top of that, this is supposed to be the premier shopping destination of Chicago on the Magnificent Mile. And they have a historic vacancy rate, and they are basically running the city into the ground. I believe that it's going to get worse before it gets better. Much, much, much more worse. But, the YNs, the criminals, the people that are continuing to do all of the criminal activity and breaking into these stores and destroying the neighborhood. Imagine, think about it, because the footage of the people that were actually recording were across the street, right? So imagine you are in Chicago for whatever, whether you're on business, whether you're there for a vacation, you're there, right? And you decide that you want to stay in one of the downtown hotels that is supposed to be awesome. And you look out of your window because you hear a large crash. And so you may be thinking that, it's an accident or something, or maybe you need to call the police for help, which you still need to call the police, obviously, because you look down and you start recording because you see people running in and out of the Louis Vuitton store from a pickup truck that has crashed into the front of it right on one of the most famous streets in Chicago. That is the culture that we live in now. And there is no scared people that are, doing these crimes and committing these crimes. They are going right into the heart of the city. There wasn't no police around, wasn't no strong response. Now, of course, we know that Chicago was down over 2,000 police officers. We know that Chicago was also facing a humongous budget deficit like they did the year before and the year before that and so on and so forth of at least $1.15 billion according to the mayor's estimates, which probably and is going to be adjusted higher. We also know that Chicago schools are absolutely destroyed, and they are facing a $734 million budget deficit, which is probably going to balloon also. Yet they continue to spurn, do conferences, and tell the Trump administration that they don't need to have the National Guard. Listen, we can stop these criminals, especially the ones that just broke into the Louis Vuitton store and the one that just broke into the Rolex store. We can stop them by having community advocates running around and begging gang members and criminals not to break into the stores. There are people that jump into my comments and they say, Anton, we don't want you to talk about the crime and bring visibility here because we don't really want to stop it. We're cool with it. And we also know that it is a monetization strategy from the politicians and the mayors and even the people that say that they are participating in the community 501(c) community organizations that stopping these criminal activities. We know that they are monetizing it, and that is one of the reasons why they are begging for $800 million so they can distribute it and divide it up accordingly, while at the same time trying to plug some of their budget deficit holes to prevent layoffs because they don't know how to manage the city effectively, both from a public safety perspective and from a fiscal perspective. But let's continue.
Well, this is a still active crime scene, as you can tell. Police still here taking whatever information and as well as crime scene evidence that they can gather. As you see this pickup truck that is basically halfway out of the Louis Vuitton store. This may have been a crash and grab. Police have not yet confirmed that. What we're being told at this point is that this is one of 3 particular scenes that occurred earlier this morning. Now, we do have some video, some cell phone video from a witness that actually witnessed this happening. Cell phone video from a camera.
I don't know if y'all watching this, but there are cars that are in the street that are actually watching them break into this. Like they're just watching it, driving, pedestrian, people in the hotel on all levels. Pull out your cell phone, record. This is normal. Just break into the Louis Vuitton store and everything is just cool. It's just regular now.
Captured moments thieves rammed a vehicle into this luxury store. Then you see a group of people dressed in dark clothing go into the store and then run out of the store with stolen items. That's when you also notice that there are people that have driven up in other vehicles or those that were already parked. The folks that ran out of the store then jump into those cars and they speed away. Now, as I mentioned before, it is still unclear if these particular scenes, this one here in Walton and Michigan, the one in Ohio and Michigan, and then another scene down on Southbound Lakeshore Drive near Roosevelt, if they are in any way all connected. Police have not confirmed that, but we do still have 3 particular scenes. What we know is that this appears to be a crash and grab that kind of started all of this, and then I guess basically appears to have migrated south on Michigan Avenue, but we're still waiting to get more information on that. Let us throw it to Diane in traffic just to get some more information there. Diane, what do you know right now?
And that's exactly what we've been trying to piece together, Evelyn, is if these scenes are all connected. So I'm just going to break down what this second scene looks like. So Evelyn is at the first scene. Then we've got the second scene at Michigan and Ohio. Let's go to some video that we got for you earlier this morning from our photographer, Dave. So you see the white vehicle overturned, very serious damage done to that SUV. We also have a dark colored sedan involved in this crash as well. Lots of damage done to that vehicle too. We understand from this scene that there were several people injured. We don't have an exact number. We don't have extent of injuries, but several people injured from this scene at Michigan and Ohio. We've got a third scene, if we can go to our live picture from our photographer, Paul Martinez, along DuSable Lakeshore Drive, where we initially had all lanes blocked southbound at Randolph, but you can see from this live picture that the 2 left lanes are getting by. Authorities are concentrating on this vehicle where you see all 4 doors have been opened. I don't know if the people inside ran off or got caught. We're not sure about that. We're not even sure exactly why they're looking into this vehicle. We have unconfirmed reports of where this vehicle was used and how, but that has not been confirmed by authorities. So again, multiple scenes here with a lot of police activity within the downtown area and now migrating south to obviously DuSable Lakeshore Drive. So Tracy, we've got a lot going on here. We're trying to
It's just bad, bro. It's bad. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I'm on top of it, y'all.